Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our magic morning message. As you can see, Stella is snoring behind me as usual, and we are ready to get started. The other dogs are chiming in every now and then. Hopefully, we can get through this live stream without a huge barking episode. So, we are going to use the Sacred Path Oracle deck today by Jamie Sams, the Steampunk Tarot by Barbara Moore, the Woman Runes deck by Molly Reamer, and I might use a different deck. I'm not sure yet, but those are the ones that I pulled out right now. So I have not looked at what's going on astrologically, to be completely honest. So I have no idea what's going on other than we're still semi-recovering from the full moon episode. Good morning, Taylor. I always love seeing your face, or your messages, I should say. I love seeing your face, too. We are going to take our first cards from the Sacred Path Oracle, and we're going to use that as a basis today. I'm actually being called to pick a few cards today, so we're going to do that. And one more. All right. Okay, so we have a little bit of a story going on today, looks like. We are still completing some cycles, like we've been saying, and the medicine wheel card is the first card that we came out, and that is the cycles of movement card. Okay. This can also be about preparing for our next cycle as well before we've started it, because the Moon Lodge card comes out, and that's usually when we need to retreat a little bit and kind of figure out where we want to go. And I think it more has to do with how we're creating our sacred space, meaning how we're respecting ourselves too as well. Remember, your most sacred space of all is the body that carries you. So I think that's going to have a lot to do with today and going into the weekend. Speaking of which, I hope all of you are going to have a fabulous weekend. I am sensing a little bit of advancement as far as everything in your life is going. So it came out with the expansion card. So this is about how we are wanting to expand the story that we are creating about our lives, how we're going to advance that this weekend into something tangible, something that we can touch, taste, and feel. Good morning. And when we do that, the things will start happening a little bit faster. We'll get a hit on something and we'll follow that lead. And it's like following the breadcrumb trail. Only, unlike in Hansel and Gretel, we don't end up in the oven at the end, right? Let's get some cards from the Woman Runes deck to clarify the spread we've got so far. I think I'm going to get 3. Oh, I'm going to try to get 3. We know the cards kind of do what they want. What is the message for today, Spirit? There's one. And these 2. Okay, so yes, we pull the Rune of Awakening card. So this is the Kundalini card too. So those of you yogis out there, this is about the realization of what it is that we need to accomplish, the reality of our purpose here, the solidification, I guess, in our mind of what it is that we want to create. because right now the veil is thin and we are able to, with proper rituals, pull through what it is that we want to know. Opening the door to our unconscious is not as hard as you would think. And a lot of times it starts with with not taking it so seriously. And sometimes the realizations come when we're not so stressed and freaked out about it. Let's see what the Steampunk Tarot has to add. We haven't used this deck in a while, so she was a little anxious to come out. That one and that one. And that one. Ooh, okay, so interesting correlation here, guys. We have the Sun and the Moon card, right? So when we double up on cards, it usually means that the message needs to come through twice. So here we go again. In order for us to open up the door to our unconscious, we must stop taking life so seriously. And we must come back to center and figure out where our sense of fun is. Right? So that's what our goal is going to be for this weekend, is getting back in touch with our inner child, because I think a lot of us, me included, have kind of become a little bit poopy faced about this process and have forgotten that the joy is supposed to be in the process, not in the end result. And I think we've gotten kind of stuck on the end result. So let's get a card or two from our Affirmators deck to close this out today and see what they have to say, shall we? And that's how we're going to finish out this Friday. Oh, we got a bonus card. So that means we get to pick it up. Oh, we got 2 bonus cards, and this one was trying to come out too. So, all right. This only happens when the message is serious, guys. Well, we need to seriously pay attention to it. In other words, we pulled the nature card again. Okay? But with it this time, and first and foremost, we pulled the forgiveness card. And this may be about forgiving ourselves or forgiving someone else, but we may need to go out into nature to do this. Because we're changing the stories of our lives, guys. And sometimes that means facing the old you first so that you can bury that old you once and for all where it belongs, so you can step into the realization of who you are creating yourself to be now. So let's see what these cards have to say, shall we? The Story of My Life card says, as I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn that Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue. Because it is indeed time to unleash your inner hippie and step outside of that man-made box. Take a walk in the woods, smell those flowers, hug some trees. You might think you're being ironic, like, look at me, I'm being all tree huggery and stuff. But you'll find that even then, those trees will hug you back. Even if you make a mockery of it, the trees would never do so. Because trees become from a time before irony, and their earnestness is impervious to our jaded humor. If that doesn't make you want to hug them even more, well, I guess you're a robot. And congratulations. You're being given one of the most powerful superpowers there is: forgiveness. Imagine that you've been bitten by a radioactive forgiver. The point is, you suddenly have the ability to forgive people for their flaws, their bad days, their unkind moments, and their mistakes. And the best thing about forgiveness is that you can apply it to yourself too. Have fun wielding your new power, but remember, with great forgiveness comes great inner peace, which ultimately is what we're looking for when we're building our sacred space and embodying our own personal temples, guys. And it starts with respect, respecting ourselves, respecting other people, respecting our environment. And the more we do those things, the more the universe hands back our abundance. So how are you going to give back? There's 1.5 million ways, right? I hope all of you find every bit of love and joy that you are requiring right now in your life this weekend. And I will see you all again on Monday morning, if not tonight, at 5 for reading of Conversations with God. As always, if you're interested in a personal reading, the info is below. And if you need me, you know how to find me. I love you all. Bye now.